Of course, we start with the underwear while getting dressed. The issued shirt had buttons in the upper half and was made of cotton. Not only issued shirts were worn by the soldiers, but private purchased ones as well. Knitted woolen socks were usually worn on the feet. Another option was to wear foot wraps instead of socks. The issued underpants the soldiers wore were made of cotton twill and long, since the usual trousers were made of wool and only had some partial cotton lining. The purpose of the underpants was to absorb sweat in order to protect the outer trousers. In addition, the pants were much easier to wash due to the material, cotton. The pants also had small loops sewn onto the waistband through which the braces could be pulled to ensure a more stable fit. There were ties at the bottom of the pants to close the trouser legs and prevent them from slipping. While the infantry was issued just one type of trousers, the cavalry had two different types: riding pants for the duty on the horse and trousers for the service and everything off the horse. Both were made of wool in stone grey. The trousers were the same which were issued to the infantry. They were held in place by braces, which were put over the buttons on the waistband. Following the pattern of the trousers, they had a high waist. On the side seam, usually a red pipe was sewn in to distinguish the trousers as a soldier's clothing, and desertion was made hard. Some regiments had their pipes made in another color. The front was closed with a button fly. Moving on to the soldier's collar, or the Einheitsfeldbinde, which was introduced in 1914. Basically, this had the function of preventing the uniform color from rubbing against the neck, and was usually made of cotton. The colors of this item of clothing were very variable and ranged from black to brown to feel grey. In the novel The Crossbearers by Alexander Moritz Frey, this color is mentioned and described in particular as a useless and cumbersome item of clothing. This was also held in place by straps and prevented from slipping. Following up with the drillich tunic. Most of them were made from linen in a fine herringbone pattern without a lining. All in all, it was one of the most robust items of clothing a soldier could have, as it ended up regularly in the boil wash for cleaning. It was therefore worn for many barracks duties and heavy work to protect the woolen clothing. When issued in a cream color, it became lighter and lighter the more it was washed. As these were also worn in the field and the brightness ensured visibility from afar, orders were issued at the end of 1915 to dry the drill suits in field grey. However, it would take until the end of 1917 for this to be implemented overall. Drill trousers were also available, but they were not intended for the cavalry in the field. I put on the iconic field cap of the German soldiers, which I have already explained in detail in another video. Now to the shoes. These were issued to every soldier, regardless of their army branch. This meant that they were in every trooper's marching pack. During the course of the war, the shoes were not only worn for special duties, such as cleaning and mending, but increasingly replaced soldiers' boots in combination with butties. This applied to both infantry and riding boots. On the sole were hobnails and on the heel a so-called horseshoe to improve the lifespan of the leather sole and the grip in the field. The laces for the shoes were made out of leather as well. The last item worn was an apron to protect the clothing from superficial soiling. These were usually made of dark blue-dyed cotton, but could also be green or another color. This was fastened with ribbons at the back or, if the ribbons were long enough, at the front. here we have it. Now the soldier is ready to start cleaning and completing his equipment. That's it for today. Thank you all for watching and see you next time. Have a good one.